All right, the railroad police. All right, Title 49, U.S. Standard Code 28101. Railroad police officer general within the rules prescribed in the secretary. Shows the link. Of a transportation railway police officer directly employed or contracted by a rail carrier certified by or commissioned as a police officer under the laws of the state may enforce the laws of any jurisdiction in which the rail carrier owns property to extend the authority of the police officer certified or commissioned under the laws of the jurisdiction. A. To protect one, employees, passengers, or patrons of the rail carrier property, equipment, facility owned, leased, operated, maintained by the rail carrier. For property moved the interstate with warrant commence of the possession of the rail carrier, and for personal equipment material moving the rail for the vital national defense. Assignment of railroad, B. Assignment of railroad police officer directly employed or contracted rail carrier and certified or commissioned as a police officer under the laws of the state. May be temporarily assigned to assist a secondary rail carrier in carrying out law enforcement duties at the time of request of secondary rail carrier, in which time police officers shall be considered to be employees or agent as applicable of a second railroad carrier, shall have the authority to enforce laws of any jurisdiction where the second railroad carrier owns property to the same extent as provided in subsection A. Transfers in general. One, in general, if the railroad police officer directly employed by the contractor by the rail carrier or certified commission as a police officer under the laws of the state. Transfer of primary employment of residency from certifying commissions in state to another state or jurisdiction. Railroad police officers no later than 1 year after the date of the transfer shall apply with the be certified commission as a police officer. One, one of a new primary employment or residency. Two, intermittent period. During the period beginning with the date of the transfer, ending 1 year after the date of the transfer, of railroad police officer directly employed by a contractor by a rail carrier certified or commissioned as a police officer under the law of the state may enforce law of the new jurisdiction in which the railroad police officer resides to the same extent as provided in subsection A. D. Training in general. A state may recognize as meeting the state basic political officer certification commission requirements qualification as a railroad officer under the section. Individual successfully completes a program of the state. Recognize police training in or academy in another state or federal law enforcement training center who is certified commissioned as a police officer by other state rules of construction. Nothing subject should be construed with the subsiding and affecting any state requirement related to the criminal law, criminal procedure, motor vehicle code, any other state law, or state mandated commemorative annual in-service training academy on federal law enforcement training center. Our disclaimer: these codes may not be most recent version. Each state may have more current, accurate information. I make no warranties, guarantees for the accuracy, completeness, of the adequacy of the information contained in the site. Information linked to on the state site. Please check official sources. The state listed are in alphabetical order. If you have any information updating below or adding ones being researched, please email me at pmiller1017 at cox.net. 2016 Code of Alabama, Title 37, Public Utilities, Public Transportation, Chapter 2, Transport Companies, Article 1, General Provision, Division 6, Railway Policemen, Section 37.2, 153, Powers, Section 37.2, 153, Powers. A railroad policeman may exercise the same power with the rest and right to bear armed firearms may be exercised by the state, municipal, other police officers. May be exercised by any state, municipal, other police officers in the state, but only with respect to defense, committed against property owner of the possession of the railroad by which he is employed, or any offense committed within such property. B. The authority of any person appointed under the provision of the division to act as such a policeman should be in the case cease wherever such person ceased to be an agent, servant, or employee of the corporation applying for appointment under this division. Alaska AS 42425020. Alaska Railroad Police were established by the Alaska Railroad Corporation Act, specified with the AS 42425020, which reads, in addition, the exercise of the powers authorized by the law and corporation may maintain a security force to enforce municipal ordinance and state laws and corporation rules with respect to violation of the curve on the property owned, managed, and transported by the corporation. Additionally, Alaska Railroad Police commission special officers through Alaska Department of Public Safety that authorized to carry of the firearm in accordance with the agency's policy and procedures, and duly appointed by the state to assist the Alaska State Trooper to other agencies as requested, is authorized to act as an officer to investigate crimes, violation incidents that occur on or to the property owned, manage, or transport Alaska Railroad, gather evidence, pursue criminals, to make arrests under the laws of the state of Alaska, to do all things necessary customary to peace officer of duty, duly appointed by the state in his or her duties as an employee in Alaska Railroad Corporation while on duty only. 2013 Arizona Revised Statute Title 40 Public Utility Carriers. 4856 Railroad Police and Powers Qualification Liability Company. 4856 Railroad Police Powers Qualification Liability Company. A. Any railroad company may appoint one or more persons for the designated such a railroad company. Railroad police aids to supplement law enforcement agency in the state of the protection, railroad property protection of the person, property of the railroad passengers, and employee. While engaged in conduct of this employment, each railroad policeman shall be appointed to possess, exercise all law enforcement powers and peace officers in the state. Any person appointed by the railroad company to act with the railroad policeman under the provisions of subsection A of the section shall first have minimum qualifications established for peace officer policy with the office pursuant in section 41-1822. Railroad company shall file with the name of each such railroad policeman with the date of his appointment. The director of the Department of Public Safety, the proposed railroad policeman meet with the minimum qualifications established under section 41-1822. The director of the Department of Public Safety shall issue certificate of authority to peace officer, may thereafter revoke such certificate for good cause shown. C. Each railroad company appointing a railroad police shall be liable for all facts such for the railroad police scope of their employment. Neither state nor any public subdivision shall be liable to act for the failure to act by any such railroad policeman. 2010 Arkansas Code Title 23 Public Utilities Regulated Industry Subtitle 1 Public Utilities and Carriers. Chapter 20-12 Operation Maintenance of Railroads. Subchapter 7 Police Training, Policing Trains. 23-12-703 Railroad Police and Powers. Each police officer shall have the exercise of the state of the Arkansas power to make the arrest of violation of law and property of the company, to arrest persons where an office of the company's property is violation of the law of the company's property is under the same conditions under which the deputy sheriff, other peace officers may be law make arrests, and shall have the authority to carry weapons reasonably purposed of the office of the railroad police officer. Alright, California Public Utilities Code Section 822683033E1. Any railroad police officer commissioned for the governor pursuant to Section 8226 of the Public Utilities Code, if primary duty of the peace officer is enforcement of the law and other property of the owned, operated, administered by employing agencies when performing the necessary duty with respect to the patrons, employee property of the employing agency. Colorado Code of Colorado regulations. Basis and purpose of these rules. The basic purpose of the rule promulgate the rule of compliance with provision 4032-1082. Colorado Rule RS mandated by Senate Bill 51, which was enacted with the General Assembly during 1987 session, signed into law April 30th, 1987. Applicable to the rules. A. The rules applicable to the Class 1 railroads operating in the state of Colorado with the employed of railroad police officer to define any person employed with the Class 1 railroad operating with the state of Colorado to protect and investigate offenses against the railroad corporation. B. These rules, in addition to Class 1 railroads, stand in employment of rules, regulations. C. Rules apply over the railroad peace officer employed on or after effective date of these rules. 3. Minimum requirement of the new employees in the A Class 1 railroad shall not employ individuals as a railroad peace officer unless he or she has a minimum 4 years education accredited with the college, university, or 2 minimum of 2 years experience with public law enforcement or as a railroad peace officer as a combination of education accredited college, university of law enforcement experience holding 4 years, or B has completed basic training course at a training academy approved with the Colorado Law Enforcement Training Agency. Is at least 18 years of age, has a fingerprint and subject search for the railroad, local, state, and national file with a disclosed criminal record pursuant to provision 24.5.101 CRS by prior conviction of felony or offenses involving moral turpitude shall not in and of itself preclude employment. Section 4, transfer of the Colorado Railroad peace officer transfer to the Colorado from another state shall meet the requirements of the Rule 3 above the time of the transfer. Section 5, Exemption A, a railroad peace officer shall accept the requirements of Rule 3 with the Rule 4. These rules, employment of railroad officer, peace officer holds the current certification in Colorado as a peace officer issued with the Colorado Peace Officer Standards with the Training Board holds the current equivalent certificate of another state. 5. Waiver A. Class 1 railroads may apply to waiver any of these rules case-by-case basis. The Commission may grant the waiver to determine that the waiver will not endanger the public peace and the health and safety. Connecticut, special powers, arresting powers. Some states grant enhanced authority to certain classes of security officers, such as airport security, railroad police, connection commissioner, and public safety, authorized to infer powers of the people designated and by 1. An electric, gas, telephone, telegraph, water company with respect to the in-state property plan of equipment, or 2. A railroad express the company, a steamboat company engaged in business transportation Connecticut with respect to the premises of such company, or its cars, vessels, roads, or land owned with the control of such company. The special policeman can arrest anyone who commits any offense of the property that are authorized to patrol. The Commissioner is also authorized to appoint special policemen, armored car companies, and war industry promises. December 8, 2015, number 148, appointment New Jersey, Connecticut police officer, railroad police officer to provide hand security community of trains, buses, and ferries, whereas in such circumstances, limitation will apply with the sworn members of Connecticut State Police, sworn police officer with any county, municipal, state of the Connecticut, sworn member of the New Jersey State Police, sworn policy over any county, municipal, state of the New Jersey were serving railroad police officer within 12:01 a.m. on December 9, 2015, 12:01 a.m. January 2nd to 2016. Such application will prevent, hinder, delay action necessary to respond to the terrorist attack threat thereof, whereas in Section 29A, the execution law with the authorized suspension, alteration, modification, statutes, local laws, ordinances, rules, regulation, parties thereof, in compliance with such provision will prevent, hinder, delay action necessary to cope with a disaster, emergency, inclusion, any other term and condition. Delaware, 142 ND General Assembly, Chapter 366, Formal Senate Bill Number 294 as amended by Senate Amendment Number 3. An Act Amendment of Title 29 of the Delaware Code relating authorization for local out-of-state police officers to be enacted with the General Assembly of the State of Delaware. Section 1 amendment in 2516 Title 29 Delaware Code by adding new subsection D there to read. The Attorney General may, as he or she deems necessary, authorize railroad police officers employed by 1. Either railroad company classified 1 railroad code pursuant to Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 10102 Interstate Commerce Commission 2 Amtrak to have police arrest for its powers to purpose of investigation preventing crimes which occurred and occurring may occur with a property that is owned, leased, operated, controlled by railroad, which involve the railroad employees, passenger patrons, in which such persons are on such property involved with the property consignment entrusted with the railroad for such transportation purposes. The Attorney General shall give the authorization over such period of time, assuming the such condition the Attorney General deems necessary, but the Attorney General shall have the authority to withdraw the authorization whenever the Attorney General deems necessary. Notwithstanding of the provisions section the contrary, but no person shall be authorized pursuant to subsection unless such person first certified as appropriate, qualified with the Council of Police Training until memorandum of the understanding reached between the railroad, all appropriate law enforcement agencies not within this section shall limit the authority of the railroad police officers employed by the railroad carrying, owning property in the state, certified or commissioned under the laws of another state to enforce laws exercised with the authority conveyed in Title 49 U.S. Code 28101 or Title 49 CFR 207, approved of July 19, 2004, Florida 2013 regular session, Chapter 2013 uh, 114 committee. Committee substitute for a committee substitute for the House of Bill number 489, Act relating railroad police officer amending in 35401, Florida statute authorizing the temporary appointment of special officer meeting with certain qualification requiring special officer employed with the railroad with the other common carrier to have specified the qualifications and meet specified continuing training and education requirements providing Class 1, Class 2, Class 3 railroads concerning the employing agency specified purpose shall pay costs associated with the training continuing education amended in 784-07 Florida State Statute defending the term railroad special officer providing reclassification of certain offenses committed against the railroad special officer providing an effective date by being enacted by the legislature of the state of Florida, Section 1, Section 35401, Florida Statutes Amendment 35401, appointment of special offense for the application of any of the railroad or other common carrier doing business state with the governor shall appoint one or more of the person to have meet the law enforcement qualification training requirements. Statute 94313, 94313, 1 through 10, special officer protection and safety of such carriers, their passengers, and employees, property such passengers, and carriers, passengers, and employees. However, until the governor there appoints the reject for the application and appointment of the person as a special officer of the railroad, common carrier, per temporary employ the person as a special officer if he or she complies with the qualifications of the employment of the law enforcement officer. Statute 94313, notwithstanding of the provisional law or special officer must have the same training law enforcement officer in accordance with 943-113, 943-135-1. Class 1, Class 2 railroads shall be considered employing agency purpose for the 943-13, 943-135-1. Shall pay all the costs associated with the training and continuing education of employed special officers. Section 2, paragraph F of the edition with subsection 1, section 78407 of the Florida State Statute, subsection 2, section amendment of the read 78407, solar battery of the law enforcement officer, the firefighter, emergency medical care providers, public transit, employee agents, other specified officer for the reclassification offense of the minimum sentence as used in the section of the term railroad special officer with the meaning of the person employed by Class 1, Class 2 railroad or appointed with a pending appointment with the government pursuant to 35401 Georgia 2010 Georgia Code 1235 Law Enforcement Office and Agencies Chapter 8 Employment and Training of the Police Officer the 385-82 definitions. As soon as determined the applicant means provide prospect peace officer to commence employment of the service of law enforcement until Unit 2 candidate means a peace officer who has satisfied with the pre-employment requirements has and commenced employment in the law enforcement unit, but is not satisfied with the training requirement provided in the Chapter 3. The council made with the Georgia Peace Officer with the same with the Crane Council. 6. Law enforcement support personnel means a person, other person in peace for the officer who, with the primary employment of the law enforcement unit consists, forming function directly related to prevention, detection, investigation of crime. 7. The law enforcement unit means any agents of Oregon Department of the State Subdivision Municipality thereof the railroad. Primary functions include enforcement of criminal traffic laws, preservation of public order, protection of life, property, prevention with the detection with investigation of crime. 8. Peace officer means the purpose of the chapter only. Agent and operative, the officer of the state of the subdivision municipality thereof the railroad whose employee hire volunteer veteran expressly with the law with the virtually public employment and service of the authority to enforce the criminal traffic laws, true with the power of the arrest, with the duties include with the preservation of public order, with the protection of the life of the property, with the prevention, detection, investigation of crime, and enforcement officer with the employee with the Department of Transportation, officer for the permits for the enforcement, any with the person employed with the Department of Juvenile Justice, who with the designated with the commissioner investigator, with the apprehend with unruly delinquent children. Hawaii does not have railroad police for the office date of this state in February 26, 2018. Idaho State Code Title 19511, the Criminal Procedure Chapter 5. 19511, Railroad and Steamboat Police for the Governor of the State of the Idaho authorized and empowered the application of the Railroad Steamboat Company to appoint with the Commission during the pleasure any person designated such company to serve at the expense of the staff of the company as a policeman. The power of the police officer, after duly sworn, may acting police upon premise of the cars in both such company. The company may designate such a person responsibly specifically for any beef the authority of the such policeman when on duty. When plan view shielded bearing the word railroad police, steamboat police in the case of the name of the company in which he is commissioned. Illinois Railroad Police Act 610 ILC S 80. Section 2. Conductors of all railroad trains, the captain and master of any of the boat carrying the passenger of the jurisdiction state are vested with police hours while on duty in the respect of the train and boats. May wear appropriate badge indicating the authority in policing property of the register of the railroad carrier with the defined Section 118C 7201 of Illinois Vehicle Code will provide for the appointment and maintenance of the police force to aid with the supplement police force, municipality protection of the property, protection personal property of the passenger employee, furtherance of the purpose of the which the railroad was organized while engaged in the conduct of their employment. Members of the railroad police force have the maybe to exercise the same police power conferred upon the peace officer employed with the law enforcement agency of the state, including authority to issue administrative citation in accordance with the provision of county municipal ordinances. Registered rail carrier appoints, maintains police force to comply with the following requirements: establish internal policy with include the procedure to ensure the objective oversight of the addressing allegation, abuse of authority, misconduct with the power over the police officer, adopt appropriate police guidelines for employee investigation, police by police officer policies, guidelines provide initiating and employee with investigation only under the following conditions. A. There is reason to believe criminal misconduct has occurred. B. In the response of the employee accident, there is reason to believe the interviewing an employee could result in workplace violence. And D. There is a legitimate concern of the personal safety of one or more of the employees. These policies and guidelines shall provide with the right of the employee to request the representative present during an interview concerning the non-criminal matter. Full copy of the policy guidelines adopted in paragraph 1 and 2 within the Illinois Law Enforcement Training Standard Board shall make available. The Public Inspection Board shall review the policy guidelines to approve of them. They comply with the Act. But for appeal of the railroad carrier decision, person adversely affected or aggrieved by a decision, railroad carrier internal investigation under this Act may be the decision. Illinois State Police of the appeal should be filed no later than 90 days to issue of the decision. State policy police shall review the depth, the completeness, objectivity of the rail carrier's investigation, may conduct its own investigation of the complaint. State police may uphold, overturn, or modify the railroad carrier decision following up with the filing recommendation with the Illinois Commerce Commission, consistent with the authority of Chapter 18C of the issue of vehicle code, with the Commission rule of the practice of the Commission shall have the power to conduct evidentiary hearings, make findings, issue and enforce orders, including sanctions under Section 18C 1704 Illinois Vehicle Code. Rulemaking authority to implement the Amendatory Act of the 95th General Assembly if any of the condition of the rule or adopted according to the provision of the Illinois Administrative Procedure Act. All rules proceed with the Joint Committee on the Administrative Rule of the purported of the rules not adopted for whatever reason is unauthorized. Indiana General Assembly, IC 83, Chapter 17, Appointment and Qualification Terms. Section 1. Upon application from the branding of the company owning and leasing the use of the operating of the railroad of the Indiana Company with a shape of 3 reputable Indiana citizens, testifying moral character application, Indiana Department of Transportation shall appoint with the commission person from the company designated by the department and finding to be certified qualified person to act as a policeman for the company upon with the premise for the company elsewhere within Indiana. Were engaged in the discharge of the duties as policeman for the company for the police. Every policeman appointed shall be known as the railroad policeman. Shall be a person of good moral character. The policeman's manship, the commission, so long if the policeman employed with the company of those application. Policeman was appointed unless the policeman commission is soon revoked for the independent department of the transportation good cause shown, or by the company was application of the railroad policeman was appointed with the provided in Section 8 of this chapter. IC 8317 2 with the Commission recordation powers and duties. Section 2 that every policeman appointed with the chapter of the shall be before entering upon the duties of office of the take of the subscribe of the oath of the officer shall be endorsed upon the officer's commission of the commission with the oath should record in the office of the cleric over the circuit of the county with the police resides by every policeman for the appointed of the commission provided with the chapter shall exercise and possess throughout Indiana, while engaged with the discharge of office duties as a policeman, the powers of the sheriff, the marshal, constables, municipal police officers, except with the service of the civil process. B. Policeman who is appointed with the commission and commission over the chapter must wear with a distinct uniform and a badge authority to must have the operate a motor vehicle that is clearly marked as a police vehicle. The exercise officers authority to arrest, issue with the traffic information summon the person violation of law ordinance regulating the use operation of motor vehicle on public highway. Powers and duties. Section 3. Such policemen shall enforce compel with the obedience of the laws of the state of the ordinance for the cities and the town thereof to engage with the discharge of the duty of the policeman with the of the company Keepers of the jail, lockup, station house, any of the county, city council, the city or town shall receive all the person arrested by such policeman for the commission of any of the offenses given against the law of the state of the ordinance such for the city of the town to be dealt with according to the law of the person arrested shall be received by such keepers of the jail, lockup, station houses. On the same basis, such person shall have the same status as a prisoner arrested by any other peace officer of the state of Indiana. Education and training requirements. Section 35A, all railroad police commissioned with the chapter was within 1 year of the commissioning successfully complete educational training requirements established the rule of the Indiana Department of Transportation. And be a newly commissioned railroad police officer who has previously law enforcement experience schooling will succeed with the training requirements established by Indiana Department of Transportation made upon proof of the policeman's previous experience and with the training obtained with the waiver of the training requirements imposed by this section. The bad exhibition of the demand before making arrests. Every policeman is appointed with the commission shall wear when on duty errand but wear a metallic badge with the word police, name of the railroad company, and which had appointed inscribed thereon shall exhibit such a badge on the demand made before making arrest. Iowa State Code 87. Railroad Special Agent Iowa, head of the Iowa State Certified Officer for the subject of all of the training requirements typical officer in Iowa. The Commission through the Iowa Department of Public Safety, the Federal Transportation, United States Code 28101, state the rule of responsibility, railroad, public, state, railroad police, and state. The Iowa Code 80.7, Railway Special Agent, specifically addressed the appointment and Special Agent of the Commissioner of the Public Safety. Kansas Statutes anointed 745607A 2014 244701 definition of the act for the context clearly requires otherwise. Central Repository meaning the Criminal Justice Information Center of the Central Repository created by Act of Juvenile Offender Information System created pursuant KSA 2014 Supplement 38 2326 amended thereto. Criminal history record information means all of the data in issue collected by the Criminal Justice Agency person pertaining to the reported event and subsequent supporting documentation. Criminal history record information does not include data contained in intelligence, investigatory files, or police work product records should be for solely police investigation purposes. 2. Wanted poster, police blotter, entry for the court, records for the public judicial proceedings of the published court proceedings. Published court opinions, data pertaining to violation of traffic law with any state of the other traffic law with the ordinance of the vehicle or homicide. Presence, investigation, other reports prepared by the court with the exercise of the criminal jurisdiction of the exercise of the power of the pardon, reprieve, communication, or 5. Information regarding the release of the defendant for the confinement of the Department of Corrections of the jail. C. Criminal justice safety made with the government agency subdivision, such agency authorized law with the exercise of the power of the arrest, detention, the prosecution, injunction, correctional, supervision, rehabilitation, release of the person suspected, charged, convicted of a crime, allocates a substantial portion of annual budget to any of these functions to be determined, includes but not limited to the following agency existing jurisdiction over the criminal matters, criminal history record information. Warren State, County, Municipal Record, Railroad Police, Department, Sheriff, the Office of the County-wide Law with the Enforcement Agency, Correctional Facility, Jail, Detention Centers. Alright, Kentucky, 27-270. Railroad policemen have them appointed, remove any company owning, operating railroad in the state may apply with the governor to appoint commissioner and railroad policeman. Such person as your company designated by the governor, such application may be made upon with a payment to him to $5 for each policeman to be appointed. Shall appoint the such the person company designates any of the area of the deems proper to do such. Policemen should give commission to those appointed when a railroad company no longer needs the service of the railroad policeman appointed. Notice to the effect signed by the general manager or the person in charge of the operating the railroad may be filed within several offices which commission is recorded, and thereupon the power of the policeman shall cease. Any particular county in which such notice shall be filed with a recorded effective October 1st, 1942. 2277 to 280. Bond Pirates Compensation Railroad Policeman. Alright, each railroad policeman shall be involved with the enters upon with the discharge of the duty of the office to execute the bond guide. Good security contain. Alright. Bonds, power, compensation for the railroad policeman. Each railroad policeman shall, before he enters the bond, the discharge of the duty of the execute of the bond, good security, the condition of the faithful performance of the duty of such policeman to take with the scribe of the oath and all of the bond shall be executed in county where the policeman resides, which on the railroad its registered process agent, if any of the shape of the which of the policeman performs any of the duty of the railroad policeman of the bond shall be approved of the oath administered by the county judge, executive of the bond and oath shall be entered for the record by the county clerk, and the execution of the bond taken for the oath endorsed for the commission of the person qualifying each policeman shall be appointed for the commission throughout the county of the railroad operators, the exercise of the powers of sheriff of the constable, the making of arrest for the public offense for the committed upon with the railroad property, enter for the process for the criminal penal prosecution. Such offenses shall be subject to the liability for the sheriff of the constable for the compensation of the railroad policemen shall be fixed and paid by the railroad company for which they are appointed. Alright, Louisiana Revised Statute RS 40-1379-12, Special Office of Commission Railroad Police Officers. Superintendent State Police Officer shall authorized to issue the discretion of Special Officers of the Commission for the Division State Police for the person employed with the railroad carrier of the railroad police officer according to Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 28101. All railroad police officers, if the special officer is issued a special officer commission, shall maintain current certification pursuant the Council of Peace Officer training for the training with the seat of the Superintendent of State Police shall be authorized to perform any of the following actions. 1. Determine eligible to receive the Special Officer for the Commission. 2. Revoke any Special Officer of the Commission for cause. Require the railroad police officer holding a Special Officer of the Commission to furnish proofs of the requiring of the being bonded. Require submission for the information that deemed necessary for the determined suitability for the holding Special Officer of the Commission. D. A Special Officer of the Commission issued to a railroad police officer pursuant to the provision of the section shall be in effect with the all times extent of the authority certified commission police officer pursuant to the laws of the state with the purpose of the enforcing laws in jurisdiction of the rail carriers that own and properly providing the protections for the following employees, the passenger prior to patrons of the rail carrier property, the equipment of facilities that own, lease, operate, and maintain with the rail carrier. 3. Property moved to the interstate with the foreign commons for the possession of the rail carrier, personal equipment and material moving rail within the vital national defense. Special Officer of the Commission issued pursuant to the provision section shall be available for the period of 1 year of the day of the issuance. For the Department of Public Safety, the committee actions for the may promulgated with the adopted regulation for the respect of the issuance of the Special Officer of the Commission to the Railroad Police Officer. Maine State Railroad Police Act 23, Transportation, Chapter 609. 6073, appointment of the Commissioner of Public Safety, the Maine Commission from the resigned commission, all of the railroad police officers with the state of the commission, Maine Commission, resigned commission, railroad police officer recommended for the appointed by the chief of the police officer, the absence of the chief of the operating officer of the railroad located wholly and partially within the state. Railroad police officer should be qualified as a person as defined in section 6072, subsection 1, subject to the existing railroads commission. Nothing contained in this act may relieve it in any of the Railroad Civil Liability Act with the policeman exercise with attempting to execute with the powers conferred in this act, section history, and then Alright, 2010 of the Maryland Code of the Public Safety Title 3 Law Enforcement Total 4 Maryland Railroad Police Act Section 3402 for the appointment of railroad police officer authorized. 3402 appointment of the railroad police officer of the authorized. Each railroad company locally, wholly, or in part of the state may apply with the appointment of the railroad officer to protect for the patron with the passenger talents for the employees, equipment, services for the preserve of the peace of the order and railroad premises for the easement for the improvement property for the trading with the cars and the other vehicles. 2006 Massachusetts Code, Chapter 22, C with Section 51, Special State Police Officer Appointments upon the position of the Railroad Corporation. Section 51 with the colon over the upon the position of the Railroad Corporation, Railroad Company, over the bus Terminal Corporation, the Railroad Express Agency, incorporated with the common care of the passenger water, have the usual space. Place receiving the discharging passengers within the Commonwealth of Maine from the time of the time and appointed special state police officer as many persons designated with the same of the position being the citizen of the United States with the being property for the purpose of the power here and set forth as a person appointed with a special paid purpose. Police officer upon the position of the railroad corporation may act with the policy officer for the premise of the vehicle of the corporation transporting passenger property to a motor vehicle under the joint control of the management of the corporation such as the railroad corporation which for the purpose of this section 52 and 53 shall be considered the being in the premise for the cars and vehicles said vehicle corporation. Michigan Railroad Code 1993, PA 354, 1993. 462, 367, the railroad police officer of the appointment of the commission for the eligible during the commission employment the day before date with the rendered February March 24, 2006. Page 26, Michigan compiled with laws complete with the review of the PA 75 of 2006 Legislative Council State of the Michigan Courtesy. Section 367 and 1. Upon application of the writing of the company owning or leasing either the operating railroad company in the state with the steam, electricity, or the motive power accompanied by the statement of three reputable United States citizens testifying the moral character of the person mentioned in the application from the director of the Department of the State Police. The director finding the person suitable with qualified may appoint with the commissioner person to act as police officer for the company under the premises of the company elsewhere in the state. When they discharge that his or her duties as a policeman officer to the company person shall not be eligible to receive the deployment unless the person is 18 years of age and completed a minimum of 440 hours of the training which is to be served by the Michigan Law Enforcement Training Councils created with the Michigan Law Enforcement Officer Training Council with the 1965 Act Number 203 with the Public Act 1965 Sections 28601 to 28616. Michigan complied laws every police officer shall be appointed shall be known as designated railroad police officer. The railroad police officer commission shall be enforced until it becomes null or void, terminated as provided in this act. The railroad police officer employed on before November 18th, 1978 may continue their employment if failure to meet the training standards required by the act may be grounded with a dismissal, termination of employment. Alright, 2013 Mississippi Code Title 77 of the Public Utility Carrier of the Chapter 9 Railroads and other common carrier of the Article 3 Railroad and Railroad Corporations. Upon request of the Chief of the Public Police Officer of any railroad located with a whole or partially within the state of the Commissioner of the Public Safety may be appointed with the Commission as a railroad police officer for the qualified person named and such police officer provided. However, the Commissioner of the Public Safety may refuse to appoint with a resign appointment to anyone of the railroad officer with appointed show at the time of the answer role with the responsible the Commissioner of the Public Safety. 2. The railroad police officer appointed with the Commission provided subsection 1 shall be the section before upon each for the duties of the office to take the oath of office prescribed in section 268 Mississippi Constitution 1890 shall be endorsed by the Commission. Commission with the oath endorsed and shall be recorded with the office of the Commissioner of the Public Safety. 3. Railroad police officer appointed with the Commission pursuant to the provisions section 779 501 77 through 779 517 shall be engaged performance of the duties carried on the person badge identifying the police of the railroad and identification card issued for the railroad countersigned with the Commissioner of Public Safety. When in uniform, each of the railroad officers shall wear his badge in plain view. Railroad policemen may exercise the same power with the rest of the right to bear firearms. They may be the extra for the state of the municipal other police officers in the state, but only with the respect of the offense committed against property owned with the possession of the railroad. Any person arising on offense committed against the railroad property against the employee of the railroad engaged in performance of the duty railroad property for the purpose section 779 through 779 517 shall be construed to mean only with the property owned or in possession of the railroad on the rights of the way, switching yards. Any right granted on subsection no way relieve of the requirements of the appropriate affidavit with the warrant with the rest of appropriate jurisdiction authority pursuant to the laws of the state. Art 5. Any person who is trained with the railroad police officer of Mississippi law enforcement training academy should be required to pay at least an amount equal to the per student cost for the operation said academy as a tuition. Alright, 2013 Missouri revised statutes Title 25 of the Incorporation Regulations Certain Utilities Carriage Chapter 388 Railroad Corporation 388 625 Railroad Police and Powers 388 625 Railroad Policemen engaged with the pursuit of the purpose of the regard violation law that occurred on railroad property shall have every county and city in the state all the law enforcement powers within the county and city peace officers except for the serving with the execution civil process provided however the railroad policemen shall not apply or serve search warrants. Minnesota being research, Nebraska 84106. Superintendent of Law Enforcement Public Safety to believe the appointment with the government bound ensuring of the powers that actions against were brought. Governor is authorized to call with his or her assistance to appoint with a person necessary that for the superintendent of law enforcement public safety to enforce criminal laws. Superintendent his or her assistant who shall be designated the deputy state sheriff shall be qualified for taking, following an oath of written. Such person shall be bound and insured required in section 11201. Premiums may be paid out with appropriation made by the state office of the department of the commission, other agencies to which the deputy sheriffs are assigned. No deputy state sheriff that is assigned with the Department of Correctional Service, the superintendent, if it is or assistant, shall have the same power with each of the counties of the state with the sheriff that they have their respective counties insofar the enforcement of criminal law of the concern action against the superintendent, his or her assistant of the action done by or either by the virtue of the under color of the office of the respectively any other negligent of the official duties should be brought to the Lancaster County, Nebraska, or any other county with the call of the action of some of the other part there arose. Superintendent designated chief officer of the Nebraska State Patrol. Deputized railroad security officer in strain with the Fourth Amendment, like any sheriff of the police officer, stated Clause 8, Nebraska A, Appendix 430, 594 Northwest, NW2D 685 of the Nevada Administrative Code, 289-200, Chapter 28G, Standard Training for Peace Officers. NRS 705-2020 Railroad Police Appointment Responsibility Action Wearing of the Badge. Governor may appoint with the applicant for the railroad company appointed by the commission one or more persons of the designated by the company to serve for the railroad police officer with a person appointed with the must serve for the sole expense of the company. Company designated to serve for the person responsible to civil leave the review for the ending of authority. 2. Every such police officer shall wear when on duty wear in plain view the star bearing the words the railroad police, the name of the company with which the railroad police officer commission. 2013 New Jersey Revised Statute Title 48 Public Utilities Section 48.338 Police of the Railroad Street Railway Canal Steamboat Companies. Police for Railroad Street Rail Canal Steamboat Companies. On the application for the Railroad Street Railway Canal Steamboat Company, with the governor may appoint such person with the company to designate any act with a policeman for a company. Secretary shall issue to each of the person appointed with the commission a copy of which should be filed with the office of the superintendent state police. Each appointment shall pay a secretary of state fee of $25 for the commission, and all application shall first instance be made with the superintendent. The superintendent shall investigate, determine the character, competence, integrity, fitness for the person designated with the application, notwithstanding any other provision of law of the case of any railroad, street rail, with canal, steamboat company operation extended with the true of the state with the other state, any other such person, the person not resident of the state of New Jersey, if the application that approved of the superintendent of the applicant, then president with approve of the applicant, with the governor, every person appointed with the commission in several counties possesses all the powers of policemen and constables, criminal cases serves in municipalities and serve the counties shall be compensated with the company. When on duty, the employed detective shall wear with a plain view with a metallic shield with a device the word police, railroad police, canal police, steamboat police as made with appropriate name and style of the company of whom it is appointed and inscribed therein, notwithstanding any of the contrary here with contain all the appointments made through the effect of the day with the enactment meet with the requirements of the which shall be even thereby and declared to be valid, wherein such company shall file with the office of the superintendent state policy the notice that it no longer requires service of such policeman powers such for the cease and determine provision subsection A. This section does not apply with the New Jersey Transit Corporation established by Public Law 1979 C-150. The executive director for the corporation through the security for the police for the New Jersey Transit Police Department may appoint an employee transit police officer under the provision section 2 of the 1989 Amendatory and Supplementary Act. Whereas in such circumstances, for the limited to apply with a sworn member of the Connecticut State Police, the sworn police of the officer of the county of the municipal state of the Connecticut, sworn member of the New Jersey State Police, for the sworn police officer for the name of the county municipal state of the New Jersey, serve the railroad police officer for the 12:01 a.m. September 9, 2015, 12:01 a.m. January 2nd, 2016. Such application would hinder the delay of the action after they respond to the terrorist attack or threat thereof. Whereas Section 29A of the Executive Law authorizes suspension, alteration, modification, statute, local laws, ordinance, orders, rules, regulation, part thereof, compliance. Such provision will hinder delay action necessary to cope with and disaster emergency inclusion and any other terms condition. New Hampshire Title 2034 Public Utility Chapter 381 Railroad Police Section 381.1. Definition: either the shared railroad company, any of the combinations of the means of the corporation, company, state, and engage the common carrier furnishing safe sale, transportation, freight, passengers for the name of the combination of the railroad appointment. The Commissioner shall say, if Steve shall have the authority of the Commission resign commission of all railroad police over the state of New Hampshire, the Commissioner of Safety may commission and resign commission of the railroad police officer recommended with the Commissioner of the Transport, assumed with the RSA 2862A, the recommended with the appointment of the Chief Police Officer, the absence of the Chief of the operating officer, any of the railroad located wholly partially within the state. 381.3 Responsibility and fourth of the provision in chapter neither the Commissioner of the Safety of the Individual will say that the New Hampshire shall assume the Civil Liability Act's policy of the offering, exercising contempt of the exercise of the power conferred. The chapter nothing contained in the chapter shall have the effect of relieving the establishment of the railroad from any civil liability acts of police officer exercising contempt of the exercise of the powers conferred by this chapter. 381.4 Qualifying Commission. Person who with the Railroad Police for the August 21st, 1979, in order to qualify the appointment as Railroad Police Officer pursuant to the RSA 381.2, prohibit them employed with a full-time base for the Railroad Police Department, Municipal Police Department, and State Police Department. The combination thereof with a minimum of 3 years / employment should have them informed of the duties of police officer the person who did not with the Railroad Police Officer for the August 21st, 1979, or who is employed but did not have 3 years of employment required section to be required to certify with the police officer according to the RSA 106L with an order to qualify the appointment and the RSA 381.2 that any person employed at a railroad police officer after the August 21st, 1979 shall complete such training after the police stand with the training council and shall determine it together with his or her prior training the experience with his or this any other jurisdiction equivalent required for the certification. Please offer them according to the RSA 106L in order to qualify for the appointment at RSA 381.2, section 381.5. Powers. Any police officer appointed in accordance with the chapter shall have the authority and all the rights to operating with the involved the exercise within the state of the power of the special power. Police officer, including the power of the arrest, the carry out of the firearms, reasonable purpose of the office. Disposition of the person's arrest, of the keep at the jail, lock up the station house in county, city, town shall receive all the person arrested for the railroad police of the commission any of the offense against the law of the state of the ordinance any such city of the town when dealt with according to the law of the person arrested shall receive the keep at the jail, the lock of the jail, the house of such person shall have the same staff of the other person arrested by any other policy, police or public peace officer of the state. 381.7 The carrying of the shield of each railroad officer shall be appointed with the commission shall have the duty on carry the shield or a star with the words police, railroad police, the railway police, and the name of the initial of the appointing the railroad inscribed thereon. The shield or star shall be worn in a plain view with a uniform. Such police officer shall carry the wire on duty of the identification card issued appointing railroad. 381.8 Compensation railroad to which each railroad officer is assigned shall be reasonable employment and retirement compensation for financial costs of the training railroad police officer. R 381.9 Reciprocated in order to move with effect for the carry over the purpose of the act with the governor of the state with the further the empowering the state with the advantage of the reciprocal agreement with the government any other state with the refer with the reciprocal state subject to the regulation prescribed or such agreement empowering the railroad police officer with the right to perform any police function can lawfully exercise with the police officer at a reciprocal state with a relating direction and apprehension. Any person committing an offense against the empowering the reciprocal state, but any of the extent of the offense for the committed on the property owner, operating, maintaining the appointed railroad committee committed against property owner in possession of such railroad. 381.10 The termination of the authority upon termination employment of the railroad police officer, the power of the police officer shall terminate within 10 days for the termination of the employment of the railroad through the designated chief police officer, the absence of the chief police officer. Chief of the Operating Officer of the filed notice of termination employment for the individual commissioner of safety. 381.11 The rule of the Commissioner of Safety shall have the authority to adopt rules pursuant to the RSA 541A of the carry of the provision of the chapter for the railroad police officer shall be subject to these subject rules. 381.12 The impersonating of the person who impersonates a railway police officer shall be guilty of a Class B felony. Section 381.13 Arrangement with the offender of the police officer may carry with the person arrested for the upon the car's railroad upon the position of the officer for the appointment of the next railroad station in which for any which the traveling stops over another county detained said person until he can be taken from the county where the offense was committed. All persons for the arrest of the district are taken through the municipality to score to answer for their offenses within 24 hours after the arrest. Sundays and holidays accepted. 381.14 Criminal trespass with railroad property of the person who enters for the remainder of the railroad station and platform ground adjacent to the station upon the property of the railroad knowingly without license privilege to do so, a person who enters the remains upon the return to the state of the property denying deficiency, finds an order of station agent pending policy officer if found guilty of the criminal trespass provided in RSA 6352. Section 381.15, reporting arrest. The Railroad Police Officer should report all criminal offense investigated arrest with the chief of the nearest state of the police station, route station to state police headquarters in a manner for the direct state police prescribe. 381.16, oath to office. Each police release officer reporting with the commission shall before enter over the duty of taking oath of office administrative of the commissioner of the safety is or his knee. Alright, New Mexico Railroad Police Authority 63.2.18, peace officer appointment bond and no authority in labor trouble. The governor of the state of the authorized and empowered upon the application of the railroad company to appoint with the commission server during his pleasure more of the one person designated of the company with the server the expense of the solely with the company fee for the officer with the power with the regular peace officer to give the good and sufficient bond to the state of the New Mexico penal sum of the $5,000 for the faith of the performance of these due to the company designates of the person shall be responsible civilly for an abuse to his or her their ability. Find such peace officers for the point where they have no authority to act to perform any service to be used as peace of the reference and strikes of local labor troubles. 2005 North Carolina Code General Statute 74E6 Oath Powers and Authority of Company Police Officers. Oath and powers of authority of the company officer requirements of the individual commission for the company policy of the must take with the officer for the office required law enforcement officer of the individual assume the duty of the company police over the person in each company agency who is responsible for the agent company police officer company police officer categories following three distinct classification company police officer established railroad police officer of the company police officer employed but a certified railroad car commission as company police officer of this chapter. 2016 North Dakota Century Code Title 49 Public Utilities Chapter 49.10.1 Railroad Regulation Public Service Commission 49.10.105 Railroad Police Officers with the designated with the railroad license of the law officer of the state engaged in the employment when the railroad have the authority of the law enforcement officer pursuant subsection 17 section 112.10104 purpose of arresting immigrant person committing a felony of the railroad property associated with railroad equipment to the arrest of the person committing a misdemeanor involved with railroad property waiting to person property within transport with the railroad awaiting transportation railroad have the power of removing individual from the train they have no right to be there with engaging in the conduct prohibited by the Title 12. 2006 Oklahoma Code Title 266 Railroad companies organized under the law of the state doing business with the state with the hereby authorized and empowered to own experiment with the employment with employee with law enforcement officer such safety in the places of their lines railroad within the state. Said companies may deem necessary protection of the property preservation order of the premise of the above with their car with the depot grounds yards or building other strict law said law enforcement officers shall power with the authority to arrest or with or without warrant any person shall commit any offense against the laws of the state of the ordinance of any town of the state of the municipality. Such offense have then committed with the premise of the state of the companies in and about the car of the depot ground, the building, and the other structure. Nothing here contained as shall be construed with the restricting lawful rights, power, privilege, and share of the constable, policeman, peace officer, respective jurisdiction, and an official act of the railway law enforcement officer of the railroad company making such appointment shall be held responsible in the same extent as any of the general agents of the employees. Ohio 4973 17 Commission of Special Police Officers. Upon application of the company using a railroad state and subject to the section 4973-71 of the revised code of the Secretary of State may appoint with the commission any of the person railroad company designated as many of the person Secretary of State considered property to act with the police officer on the premises of the railroad company affiliates, subsidiaries, elsewhere with the directly discharge of the duties of the police officer appointed with the time of the Ohio Peace Training Commission was successfully complete. Commission approved of the training program be certified by the commission shall hold office 3 years unless the good cause shown by the commission revoke the Secretary of State of the railroad company provided by law with any person holding similar commission. Another state of the commission may hold the office of the state with completing with approved training program required by the division provided with the person completing the substantial equivalent training program in other state. Officer peace officer training commission shall determine whether the training program in another state meets requirements for this division. Oregon 2015 ORS 131880 appointment of the railroad office of police officers. Governor, upon application of the railroad company operating in the state of the may appoint with the commission during the peace pleasure of governor in person for designated with the company with the serve at the expense of the company police over the powers of peace officers for the, after being duly sworn. Many may act as police for the protect the railroad company property of any person, property, railroad company, passenger employment of the railroad company designated with the serve of the person civil responsibility abuse of the authority and 2010 Pennsylvania Code, Title 22, Detective of the Private Police, Chapter 5, Private Police, Chapter 2, Chapter Railroad Street Railway Police, 3301, Appointment 3302, Oath of Office 3303, Powers of Duty 3304, Commencement, Compensation Liability 3305, Termination of Employment. Enactment Chapter 33 was added on November 23rd, 1982, Public Law 686, number 1996. Number 196, effective 30 days in Section 3 of the Act, and 196 of the 1982, the provided not contained in the Act shall be validated in commission presently available to issue pursuant to the Act of repeal of the Act of 1996. 338101, appointment, a corporation owning and operating on the railroad, street, passenger railway with the Commonwealth, including authority existing pursuant to the Article 3 of the Act of January 27, 1968, known as the Pennsylvania Urban Mass Transportation Law, with the entire transportation system, including authority existing pursuant to the Act of April 6, 1956, known as the Second-Class County Port Authority Act, that may apply with the Commissioner of the Pennsylvania State Police upon such form of the prescribed appointment. Specific persons as the applicant may designate the Act of the Railroad Street Railway Police for the Commissioner after such investigation deemed necessary shall recommend with the Governor of the commissioning of such person of the Railroad Street Railway Policeman, or provide with the applicant with adversely recommendation reasonable thereof of the Governor upon such application recommendation may appoint such person the Railroad Street Railway Policeman, so as to issue such person appoint with the Commission to act as such policeman. Oath the office of every Railroad Street Railway Police Commission shall be entered upon the duty that his officers take as prescribed the oaths required in Article 6 of the Constitution of Pennsylvania. Oath of commission issued the governor shall be recorded with the office of Secretary of the Commonwealth of the county, where a registered corporate officer of the principal place of the business is located, copied, and filed with the Commissioner in Chapter 3303. Powers of duties, general power of railroad, street police, railway police shall serve properly possess extra of the power of the police of the city of the Philadelphia and the power of the immediate adjacent vicinity, private corporate authority elsewhere within the Commonwealth, engage the discharge of the duties of the pursuit of the railroad, street, railway transportation system. Detention of the arrested power to keep the jail of the other place for detention any of the counties of the Commonwealth to receive all the persons that are arrested for the railroad, street, railway, policeman possession, purpose of detention. Well, they're dealt accordingly with law. Railroad badge or railroad, street, railway policeman the duly shall wear with the carry of the metallic should contain the word railroad, police, railway, police, name of the authority. Course of instruction, every the railroad, street, railway, police officer successfully completed the same in this course for the instruction required of the municipal office of the Act of June 18, 1974, referred to as the Municipal Police Education Training Law. 3304, compensation liability. Compensation from railroad, street, railway policemen should be paid with the corporate authority of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and should not be held liable for the wrongful act of any police officer, commission, or of the provision of the termination of this chapter. 3305, termination of employment when the corporate authority no longer require the services of the railroad, street, railway policeman. Follow the notice of the fact that the corporate suit with the office of the Secretary of the Commonwealth, the office of the recorded deeds of the oath of the commission was recorded with the commission of the record of the deed shall note the information from the margin of the record whether the oath of commission was recorded. Thereupon the powers of the policeman shall be terminated. Rhode Island's General Law 12.2.1, commissioning special police revocation of the commission. Or the governor may, at the time of the trial, upon an application of the common carrier of the passenger of the director of the transportation commission, an indefinite term of the one or more persons designated for the common carrier of the director of transportation who have been duly sworn, may at the expense of the police officer upon premises to use the business upon with the care car vessels and bridges. Commission may be revoked in pleasure by the pleasure of the appointing of the succeeding governor and certifying revocation Secretary of State shall know for the common care of the director of the transportation upon whose application commission was issued. Or South Carolina, according to the Office of Regulatory Staff of the Railroad Police operating in South Carolina, either would have to receive the commission in another state, could still enforce law within South Carolina, U.S. Standard Code 28101, CFR 49207, or the Railroad Police would have to receive the commission as a state constable under provision Title 23 of the South Carolina Code. Alright, South Dakota's codified law 4916A 103, Railroad Police Authority to arrest, procedure of the arrest without warrant. Police employ pursuant to 4916A of the 102, they have the authority to arrest with or without warrant any person who commits the offense against the law of the state of the ordinance, any municipality which such the offense of the committee of the premise for the railroad in and about with the car, the depot, grounds, yards, buildings, other structures. They also have the authority to law enforcement officer regard the arrest, the apprehension of the offender in and about such permitted arrest may be the such policy without warning, such as immediately take the offender with the mitigate with the have the jurisdiction offense to file with a complaint against the offender. 2010 Tennessee Code Title 65 Public Utilities and Carriage, Chapter 6 Railroad Power Construction Maintenance, Chapter 1 General Provision 65 6 of the 133 Police Officers, any railroad police officer, any company incorporating, owning, and operating railroad state would apply with the governor commission of the state. Such number of the agents serving and employed with it as the company designated the police officer of the company be with the governor upon such application appoint such person for the company designated that many of their governor deemed proper to serve with the police officer shall give the commission of the appointed. Before entering the performance of the public police duty, the police officer shall be appointed with the take with the subscribed an oath of the office of surety bond with some $1,000 payable to the state with the tendency with it contain faithful performance such duty the oath of the office of the bond copy of the commission shall be filed with the secretary of the state. Each police officer shall have the exercise of every of the county or of the company which of the officer was appointed to do business with the operate own property, power to make an arrest of the violation of the law of the property of such company to arrest the person over the honor or office of the company prior to property violating the law of the company property done with the same condition under which the deputy of the sheriff of the police officer named the law may arrest. Shall have the authority to carry with a weapon of reasonable purpose over their office if they keep it in the jail of the county with the municipality with a violation of the which says arrest one make shall receive all the person arrested by such police shall to deal with according to law person shall the rest receive the keep of the jail of the same basis shall have the same staff of the person prisoners arrested by any other public officer police officer. Every police officer appointed shall, while on duty, carry the badge identification card identifying the officer member of the police department of the railroad company or of the such of the officer appointed with the officer exhibit the stuff of the badge identification card of the demand before making an arrest. With the compensation such police officers shall be paid with the company for which they are respectively appointed, even whenever the no longer company receives required service of the police officer appointed, it shall be able to notice the effect of the Secretary of State thereupon police powers such police officer shall terminate a person commission with the police officer pursuant to this section prior to such commission receive police officer standard training certification. Art 2005 Texas Code Criminal Procedure Chapter 2 General Duties of Officers Code Criminal Procedure Chapter 2 General Duties of the Officers. Article 2 121 Railroad Peace Officer the Director of the Department of Public Safety may appoint up to 250 railroad peace officers employed with the railroad company to aid of law enforcement agents for the protection of the railroad property protection of the person property railroad passenger employees except provided in the subsection C of the article railroad. Alright, except the provided subsection C of the railroad peace officer may make or other to exercise all of the authority given the peace of the officer for their under the code of the necessary for the prevention and abatement of the commission of the offense involving the injury to passenger employed with the railroad damage to the railroad property to protect the railroad property for the custody of the control of the railroad peace officer may not issue traffic citation violation of the Chapter 521 Transportation Code subtitle C with the 707 the Transportation Code of the D of railroad peace officer the entitled to state benefits normally provided by state to a peace officer the person may not serve the railroad peace officer for a railroad company and live with the tax railroad association submit the person application employment certification railroad police officer the director for the Department of Public Safety the executive the director for the commission of the law enforcement officer for the standard education to the director department issue for the person of certificate authority of the active railroad peace officer of the three the executive director of the commission determine the person meets minimum standard required of the peace officer by the commission requiring the competency of the reliability education, training, moral, physical, mental health, the issue of the person, lease, and license for railroad peace officer, and for a person that meets all the standards of the certification peace officer, the commission of the law enforcement agents, officer, standard education, of the good cover the director of the department, of the may revoke the certificate authorized to issue the article, executive of the director, commission may revoke license issued under the article, termination of the employment of the railroad company, revocation of the railroad peace officer, the license shall constitute the automatic revocation certificate authority to act with the railroad peace officer. G. Railroad company is liable for the act of the admission person serving the railroad peace officer the company with the person's scope of the employment of neither the state nor any public subdivision agency state shall be liable to any of the act of the admission person appointed with the railroad peace officer the expense of the incurred with the granting and revocation of the certificate authority Act of the railroad peace officer shall be employed in a railroad company and aids of the railroad peace officer. Member of the railroad craft may not perform the duties members any of the railroad craft during the strike of the labor dispute, but the director of the department, executive, the director of the commission have the authority promulgate rules necessary to the effect of the administrative of the performance of the duties and responsible delegated to them in an article. Alright, 2010 Utah Code, Title 53, Public Safety Code, Chapter 13, Peace Officer, Classification 53-15-105, Special Function Officer. Special Function Officer means a sworn certified peace officer performing specialized investigations for the legal purpose of security function, specialized ordinance, rules, and regulatory function. Special Function includes state, military, police, constable, port entry agents defined in Section 72-102. 4. Authorized employment agent of the Department of Transportation signed with the Ministry of Enforced Provisions, Title 72, Chapter 9, Motor Carrier Safety. 5. School District Security Officers. 6. Utah State Hospital Security Officer designated pursuant to Section 62A 15603. 7. The Utah State Development Center Security Officer designated pursuant to Section 62A 5206. Fire, arson, investigation, political subdivision, state. 9. Ordinance or enforcement of the employee of the municipality case, and others may be special function officers. 10. Employee with the Department of Natural Resources, they have the designated to conduct with the supplemental enforcement agent function collateral differences. And 11. The railroad special agent, the deputy of the county sheriff under Section 1732 for the appointment of the pursuant of Section 56.121.5. Alright, June 15, Vermont Statute, Title 5 of the Aeronautics, Surface Transportation, Chapter 68, Construction Operation of the Road, Chapter 8, Railroad Police, 755, Commissions. Upon petition of the person cooperating, owning, and operating a railroad with the Commissioner of Public Safety may subject to the provision of 3757 of the chapter submission with employee with a railroad person cooperation or a corporation designated to act as a police officer and upon with the premises equipment that open managed used by the railroad shall issue the commission. Employee with the commission shall have the authority to resign each such commission. 2016 Code of Virginia, Title 56, published for the company, Chapter 13, Railroad Corporation. 56.353 Railroad Company may appoint police agents. The President and any of the other executive officer of Railroad Company incorporated with the Commonwealth with approval of the Circuit Court of the County with the Corporation County of the City with the road passes of the chief of the office and appoint one or more of the police officers shall have the authority to case over the rights such as the railroad company are involved. Exercise of the Commonwealth all the powers lawfully exercised by the police officer, the preservation of the peace, the rest officer enters and disorderly personnel for the enforcement law, enforcement crimes, and such president executive officers may remove any of the such agent pleasure by any court given the consent of them any time to revoke it. 2015 Revised Code of Washington, Title 18, Transportation, 8160 Railroad Police Regulation, 816020 Application for Appointment. Alright, any railroad corporations over the employment any of the officer of the agent for the service of the not to exceed 25 the number of the one division railroad operating in the state with the railroad police officer shall have the request of the criminal justice training permission on a approved the application form of the application at the time of the presence of the managing officer of the railroad corporation shall be accompanied affidavit stating the officer acquainted with the person appointing the self of the officer believe the person to be good moral character person such care with the experience he or she has safely entrusted with the powers of police officer for the purpose of this action division meeting of the part of the railroads under the jurisdiction 1 division superintendent. West Virginia Code 61-341 employees office conservation of the peace and special railroad policemen penalties. Or the conductor, every passenger train flag person, the brake person employed of such car that as well as the conductor for every train, railroad, traction car, shall have all the power of the conservative of the police while in charge of the train. Any railroad company, owner, leasing, operating any of the railroad traction line or steam system line, wholly and partially in the state, whether the set of the railroad operative, the steam and the electrical power may apply with the covering to appoint such citizen of the state, set of the railroad company may designate special police of the railroad or traction company. With consent of the citizens or citizens, the governor may, upon such application, appoint with the commission, the persons, so many of them may be deemed proper to the special police officer. Every police officer appointed shall appear with before some person authorized to administer the oath, take and subscribe with the oath, or prescribe with the 5th section of the 4th article of the Constitution, file such oath with the clerk of the county commission, the tribunal, lieu there over the county of which he shall reside, and he or she shall also file certified copy of such oath of the Secretary of State and the office of the clerk of the county commission, the tribunal establish lieu thereof, each of the county which of the railroad, any portion thereof of the extended, each police officer appointed with a provision section of the conservative of the peace, each of the county in which the part of the railroad is situated, in which such over the certified copy thereof shall have been filed with the clerk of the county with the commission of the tribunal established thereof, lieu thereof, additional thereto they shall possess and may exercise the power and authority entitled with the rights of the privileged immunities in which counties now thereafter be vested and conferred with the deputy of the sheriff of the county. His appointment made under the provision section may be revoked and good cause shown, and the police officer may be removed by the officer for the misconduct and incompetence, official drunkenness, neglect of duty, gross and mortality, same manner of the regularly elected with the appointment of the county officer for the may be removed from office. Wherever there any such railroad shall desire to dispense with the services of the public, whenever any public officer with all notice of fact, in the fact to the effect with the corporate seal of the test and the secretary, each of the several officers of such over the certified copy there shall be filed with thereupon police powers of the police officer shall see that the determined police officer may wear such uniform and badge of authority either of the railroad company upon those application upon the destiny of the railroad company shall but pay them with services rendered pursuant to his or her appointment. Wisconsin Statute 19247 of the Railroad Police. Any railway company with its own at expense of the appointment of the employee of the railroad police for the officer for the statute for the other plate for the line of the railroad road is saved with the deemed necessary for the protection of the property preservation or of the premise of the in and about the car of the depot, grounds, yards, buildings of the trucks that any police officer shall take an oath to support with the Constitution of the United States, claiming to be a citizen of the United States, shall file with the office of each police officer shall be on duty wear a shield. First, with the company names, railroad police, for the name of the company of these police officers shall may arrest with or without warrant any person with the presence committed upon the premise of the company and about all the cars, the depot, grounds, yards, buildings, other structures, offenses against the law, state ordinance, any of the town, city, village shall also have the authority of sheriff regarding the arrest, the apprehension of these offenders, and about the presence and premise of the permanency and case of the arrest, the railroad police officer of the person without warrant officer shall immediately take the offender before a judge and have the jurisdiction make complaint, having jurisdiction make complaint against the offender. Each railway company shall be responsible for the acts of the police officers. Alright, Wyoming law makers deny railroad security officer legislation, and that completes the railroad officer book.